they are, what and who they are, where their interests lie, what their intents are, what their motivations, what their morality is. Um, it's just bullshit, really, that these people think they're in a position to not only guess your morality and your values and your intent and your purpose and your station in life. More than that, they're willing to do that to not you individually, but you as a collective. Not only you as a collective, but everyone in that collective. 10,000 odd members, and they are willing to designate a particular ethos, ideology, mentality, psychology, morality, all to you, all to you, as it all applies. Now, it says something about two things: intelligence and honesty. I mean, they're the two things that collide here. Because if they're not doing that out of sheer ignorance and lack of intellect, then they're doing it dishonestly. But in either case, it's false. So, I mean, am I a teenage neckbeard living in my mum's basement? Well, let's look at that and let's be very critical about that teenage neckbeard living in my mum's basement. Now, this is what I'm called. I'm a supporter of Gamergate, so let's look at that. Now, before anyone starts backing away from this assertion, let's say, no, you actually accused me, a Gamergater, of being that. So let's run with it. Am I teenage? I don't need this grey hair to suggest that I'm not a teenager. In fact, I've got two teenage children. Okay. Am I living in my mum's basement? Well, it would be fairly crowded having teenage children in there with me, wouldn't it? And the fact that my mum died many years ago doesn't lend itself any more credibility to that assertion, does it? In fact, I haven't been living with my mother for the past 20-something years. So how's your assertion? How are you batting? How's the average here? You know, a neckbeard, what? Well, I don't know, I've got a bit of hair down here, but neckbeard, no. How are we going? Okay, and I'm a conservative apparently. Gamergaters are all right-wing. It's a right-wing based movement. Am I a conservative? No, I think that conservatives have stupid values. So they're too traditional, locked in the past, can't progress, don't have anything to offer. The fact that they don't entertain gay marriage, I think is ludicrous. Why? Because I'm gay? No, not because I'm gay, because I think that as a heterosexual man, it's got absolutely nothing to do with me whether two gay people get married or not. It doesn't affect me, it doesn't have any impact on my life. It doesn't bother me if two gay men or two gay women want to get married. I mean, 50% chance that all heterosexual partners end up, once married, to be divorced. Can the gay people have a better batting average? You know, I mean, have at it. You know, they've got half. I figure they've got just as much chance to be terminally miserable as half the rest of the population. So why not? Have at it. You know, see if you can make a better job of it than what the heterosexual people do. Makes absolutely no difference. Takes no rights away from me. Okay. So how's the averages now? Okay, not so good. Am I American? No. In fact, I'm half a world away from the Americans, so that's kind of blown out of the water too. Um, that stereotype thrown in there. Am I heterosexual? Yes, I am. So you might have 1 out of what, 5? What are we talking about here? Am I cisgendered? Yes, I am. Am I white? In appearance, well, yes, I am. But I'm probably less white than the people that are accusing me, who ironically are privileged, who are entitled, who are white, who are cisgendered themselves in most cases, and in most cases are straight. However, they happen to be feminists, and they happen to be cisgendered females, by and large. And yes, you will get your wide variety of white knights who are scrapingly apologetic about being white male and struggling to be uphold the virtues that they aspire to, that are set down by these entitled white female feminists. It's absolute garbage. The average Gamergater is not the average Gamergater. Let's be quite honest. I'm not even a gamer. I mean, come on. As I said, how well do you bat? How's your batting average? You've got pretty much nothing. I mean, what you've got that I'm heterosexual, and cisgender. That's about all you've got. And as I said, I'm less white than the people that are accusing me. I've got more Aboriginal blood than what they do. So hey, let's keep going. I'm younger than what they are. I mean, I'm older than what they are. They're younger than what I am. The stereotype that they're foisting on me, they've got in volumes. They're more privileged than what I am. They're more entitled than what I am. They're higher social standing than what I am. They're whiter than what I am. They're more American than what I am. I'm probably more liberal than what they are. I mean, and I've already mentioned this in a previous video. The social justice warriors aren't so liberal. They're not so progressive. They're not so feminist. They're not so much even for social justice. They're absolute frauds, and they don't realise that their whole ideology is wrapped up in a fraud. But I've mentioned this in a previous video. The average Gamergater is not who you paint them as. And hey, you'll get a lot of Gamergaters who are black, who are transgendered, who are gay, who are female, who are every denomination of religion, of class, social standing, all holding true to Gamergate. You don't like it. You don't like the fact that, unlike many of my brethren, my brothers and sisters Gamergaters, who are liberal, I'm not. But I'm not. There's very few who are actually right-wing. You can't handle that they are on the left as you are. You know why? Because you aren't actually really liberal at all. I mentioned this before. Let's look at what the liberals are, what the left is, and what they're supposed to be. Whereas the right restricts. They're very much, you can't have religious expression. They want you to be Christian and keep that Christian ethos together. You can't have gay rights. No, they want to keep that whole church thing happening and keep that restricted. So you can't be gay. They want to keep that gun law and the gun lobbies and keep that all together. Whereas the Liberals are more, hey, let's look at the options. Let's look at, see if we can restrict gun usage at all. Okay, and the Liberals, whereas the right is very much, right to life, and the moment the child is conceived, that's enough, to be life. Whereas the liberals say, well, hey, whilst it's just a clump of cells, it's not a baby, it's not a fetus. So, you know, that's really the liberals, as you can see from those examples, are more open, more, we're going to go into the next society and we're going to open up this discussion. We're going to be less restrictive. We're going to be more open. We're going to let ideas in. We're going to consider these things. We're going to allow people to have more input and be less restricted into these ideologies. Is that the social justice warriors, do you think? Even for a fucking second, do you honestly believe that? Come on, be serious. Social justice warriors. Ban, restrict, censor. Even the actual talk, the tone you use, all of this they would seek to suppress, to censor, to ban, to subjugate. That's not liberal. It's a lot of things, but it's not liberal. It's not progressive. Did any of you think for a second that it was? Do you think when you talk about the social justice warriors as being progressive and liberal and left wing and radical left and all that they were? Honestly? Come on. So when the people in Gamergate, who for the most part are liberal, talk about left and liberal principles, they're talking about actual principles, actual liberal principles, not this restrictive bullshit narratives that are spouted out by the left. By the social justice warriors. This is just bullshit, and I think we've got a right to point it out. It's not liberal, it's not radical liberal, it's not progressive, it's bullshit. And they know it. They're treating us all like suckers for even thinking so. And they're not feminists. Not for a second are they feminists. They're wanting equality for women. And they're scaring women out of the gaming industry. They're bloody treating women like they've got absolutely no agency, that they've got, that they're beset upon, they don't have equal opportunity, that what they've fought for they can't actually utilise. What the fuck is this? This isn't feminism. This isn't equality. It's bullshit. It's not progressive. Is it social justice? Really, you think so? Banning Grand Theft Auto, censoring, saying it's not enough that I don't like playing this, I don't want you to play it either. It's not so much that I don't like seeing this in the stores, I don't want you to see it in the stores either. This isn't social justice. How's it changing society for the better? How's it actually benefiting society? It's just benefiting their personal wants, their personal ideologies, their dislikes. It's hand-wringing. It's childish. So, you know what the Gamergaters are. You know what they're not. You know what our opposition is. I mean, if any of you watching this right now still is under some misapprehension about who we are and what the other side is and why they push the narrative that they do, just have a think about what I've said. See what makes more sense. A narrative that they spit to try and reinforce this censoring and passive-aggressive bullying tactics, or whether it's just on our side, a group of people who have no set cookie-cutter ideology, who just actually want ethics in gaming industry. Think about it.